Assalamualaikum to Dr. Suha and Madam Kayang. Today I will present my research study. The title of my research is The Characteristic Impact of Product on Student Purchase Intention. My name is Ahmad Afifudin bin Abdul Halim. So the background of my study is the university students, they are contribute to about 200 billions a year in the buying power to the United States market, with an average student available discretionary spending total to $287 each month, based on Guardian 2002 on their research. So what is the research problem? So nearly 45 million students of all age take out the student loans to cover the cost of secondary educations, which is the largest group of borrowers are under 30 and make up nearly 38% of all people carrying student loans. I got this information from thefinder.com, which is the website, have been published on 2017. The next one is the today college students are more conscious about the latest fashion, status, lifestyle, which makes them to buy the branded apparels. This is based on the study from the Sandeep Kumar G on 2013. So actually, what is the my objective of for this research study is to investigate the impact of price on the student purchase intention, and also to identify the whether labeling of the product can influence the student purchase intention. Also to identify the relationship between the packagings and the student purchase intentions. Lastly, which is I want to examine whether the uniqueness of the product will influence the students in their purchase intention. So this is the research question, which is does a uniqueness of product affect on the student purchase intentions, and then does the packaging influence on the student purchase intention? And also, does the labeling affects the student purchase intention? And lastly, would the price of the product will affect on the student purchase intention? So as we can see, this is the framework. For the H1, we have a uniqueness. For the H2, we have packaging, and H3 for the price, and H4 is labeling. As we know that uniqueness, packaging, price, labeling is all the independent variables, which dependence variable will be the student purchase intention. So for the hypothesis, there is a positive relationship between the uniqueness and student purchase intention, and for the H2, there is a positive relationship between the packaging and student purchase intention. For the H3, there is a positive relationship between labeling and student purchase intention. For the H4, they also have the relationships, positive relationship between the pricing and student purchase intention. So this is for the population and sampling. My target population is student from the IPTS institution in Shah Alam, which is located in Klang Valley. And then I got a sample size for the questionnaire that been distributed. It's around 378 data collected. And then I've been using the sampling technique, which is the convenience sampling. So moving to the next part, which is the data analysis. So basically for the demographic analysis, the first question will be the gender. I got for the male 60.1%, and then for the females is 39.9%, which is the gender for the male is quite high on the data that been collected. So for the age, actually, it's been collected from starting age from 18 to 33 years and above. I got the most age for the survey being collected is from 23 to 27 years old, which is consists of 52.6%. And then for the 18 to 22 years, which is at 31%. And then 28 to 32 years old, I got the 12.4%. And for the rest is for the 33 years and above. The next question will be the nationality. So basically, the dominance percentage for the nationality is Malay, which is contribute of 52.6%. And the Chinese population, 31.7%. And for the rest is for the Indian, which is contribute of 15.6%. So the last question for the second last question for the demographic analysis is the student status. I got the most data collected is from the full-time student, which is contribute a 69.8%, and the rest is 30.2% come from the part-time student. So the last question for the demographic analysis is for the income, which is contribute the most amount is 1,000 to 2,000 ringgit, contribute a 49.2%, and also the lowest, which is the below 1,000 ringgit is 38.1%, and for the 2,000 and above consists of 7.7%, and which is the 3,000 and above consists of 5%. So this is the descriptive analysis from my data being collected. I've been counted using the SPSS software. I got that the lowest, which is the 3.39%, and then the average of the variables that indicate that the respondent factors were agreed and is satisfied with the variable 2 factors. For the lowest is 3.39%, and then the highest will be the 3.86%. It's not percent, sorry, 3.86. So that's mean that they have a greater mean. So for the reliability test, so basically the reliability test, mostly of my independent variables, they have a more greater than 0.7, which mean that it was a acceptable reliability when the amount is exceed from 0.7 from the assembles. As we can see, the independent variables have the highest, which is the highest is come from the price, which is consists from the Cronbach alpha, 0.894%, which consists of number of item 5, and then the labeling is 0.830, the number of item is 3, and then for the packaging is 0.883, which is consists of number of item is 4, and also from the uniqueness as 0.858, which consists of 4 number of items. So for the correlation analysis, the conclusion is the amount that below than 0.1 is consists of low, and the amount of 0.3 is medium, which consists of medium, and 0.5 which consists of high. So from the table above, the packaging and the uniqueness has a strong relationship with the student purchase intention, which is the amount of the numbers is the nearest to the number of 1. So for the regression analysis, basically the uniqueness, which consists of 0.379, which is have a highest data value, and then it's been considered as important in the research study in this study, and all the beta value and also all the variables have a significance related with the dependent variables, since all the significant is not more than 0.5. So the next one is the hypothesis testing. Basically, for the H1, the result been supported, which is there is a significant relationship between the uniqueness and student purchase intention. And also for the hypothesis number 2, it's also been supported, which is it is a significant relationship between the packaging and the student purchase intention. For the hypothesis number 3, also been supported, which is there is a significant relationship between the price and the student purchase intention. It also followed by the hypothesis number 4, which is on the labeling and relationship of between the labeling and the student purchase intention also been supported. So moving to the next part, which is discussions. The uniqueness from the previous study, it also defines that they prefer to buy a product or brands that not too mainstream or popular that be using by many consumer. From the previous study from the Knight and Kim of 2007, basically on the study that they can conclude that the uniqueness have a significance and has a positive relationship with the student purchase intention that I have been proven before for the beta value on the significant value, which is more than 0.5. Also, for the packaging, the buyer usually will make a choice or judgment based on the packaging. Some product packaging has been advertising tools and also for the intentions on the retail sales, especially in the competitive market. The study been gone through by the Bezos and Kacha on 2021. So basically from the study itself, they can conclude that the packaging has a positive relationship with the student purchase intention from my study also. The next one will be the price. From the study of Mulyono and Rusdarti on 2020, the income of a student also influence in their purchase intention toward price. If the product is in high price, the student with high level income will not take any second to think before they purchase. But when the student with lower income level, we definitely will take to purchase on some product. Based on my data being collected, the lowest numbers of the income is below 1,000, but from the data being collected, the dominance data, which is the 1,000 to the level income is from the 1,000 and above until the 2,000. So that means the students from the data itself have been proven that the income that below 1,000, they will consider the price, but for the student that have a level income 1,000 to 2,000, the price, they will not be so serious on the consideration of buying and on their purchase intention. So the last independent variables, which is the labeling, basically, as I proven before, as I told before, that the labeling has been supported and has a significant relationship and positive relationship between the labeling and the student purchase intention. As the previous study itself has said that labeling has been an important role in any product to have a positive impression toward the product. This study from the Kobayashi and Benansi on 2015, it already been proven that the students have an attractions when buying because of the labeling. the study is the dominance as the beta value is the high is quite high, so the independent variables has a significance and positive relationship with the student purchase intention. Moving for the last part, which is the limitation. So basically, the limitation on this research on my research study is I can only using a lot of the online survey, which is a Google Forms. It's quite difficult to get 300 and above because I need to spend more time to collect data from the students, from my respondent. And it's quite challenging when some students have been ignored the question when I'm share the link, which is I'm asking them to give me a favor, maybe a 5 minutes to answer the survey. It's quite annoying when the student been ignore my approach. And then the next one is I've been facing a few data that been losing from the Google form, and it's quite depressing when going to combine all the data that have been collected from the Google form. This is because some of the respondent, they not answer the survey correctly, which is they miss some question. Even though the question that I've been setting it to be as it needs to be filled or required, I have been turned on the required button, but some of the respondent can ignore the question that I have been required. So when I want to calculate the data into the SPSS statistics software, it's quite challenging, and I need to redo. I have done the redo questionnaire the second time to ensure that I can overcome all the problems. Just want to add some points on the limitation is the student itself can't do it properly, which is they can imagine how the buying situation itself, and they're not contributes more on the student purchase intention. So it's quite challenging to get the positive result. And I can overcome all the problems. I think that's all from me. Thank you.